First thing we do before anything else. I don't know why we didn't already do this, but whatever. Or at least, what's that? Ah, yes. So, Lise, how you doing? Kyle is with the Stola. She hasn't woken up, but Kyle says she's through the worst. Given the severity of her wounds, we could have a hope for no more. Let us pray she makes a full recovery. We lost a good many people. We lost a lot of good people, didn't we? I saw it happen when the Skull's commander cut down Meffred. A single blow, and that was it. Everything he fought for, all his hopes and his dreams for the future, gone in an instant. And do you want to know the worst part of it? It wasn't a Garlean who did it. It was an Alamegan. Gods help me, if I ever... No, not now. Now while the general's waiting. Oh, please.
Were it not for the swift actions of the Scions and the Alliance, many more would have died. You risked your lives to save ours, and for that we thank you.
There is no need for thanks. We are allies, are we not?
Aye, just so. Let us not dwell on this tragedy, but look to the future.
The future? I'm sorry, General, but there is no future for us. We've lost too many. Gods, I can still see Meffred with that woman standing over him. They've ripped the heart out of us, General. They've broken us. Our fight is over.
Master Kemp, please.
I'll always hate them with every fiber of my being. For what they took from us then and now. Our homeland, our freedom, our bloody children.
You mean the Skulls? The youths who fight for Xenos?
Grania Lupi, the Black Wolf's legacy and our shame. A unit made up of children born to Alamegan dignitaries who came of age during the occupation. Sons and daughters of Gir Abania, raised to be proud citizens of the Empire, with all the rights and responsibilities that entails. It'd be easy to curse them and call them traitors. But they're our children. Our flesh and blood. If the only way to forge the future we want is to cut down our own, then...
Then what was it all for?
Nargo?
What will you say to the families of the fallen? To the mothers, and the widows, and the orphans? Will you tell them it was all for nothing?
Listen to the girl. We dare not suffer our comrades' sacrifices to have been in vain. Now is the time to steel our resolve and press on, painful though it may be.
And when Xenos comes back with his army, what then? This isn't the first time, you know. You'll be hard-pressed to find men brave or stupid enough to face him again.
I still can't believe how strong he was. He humiliated us back there. The Warrior of Light included. Gods help us if he's next in line to the Garlean throne.
Loath though I am to say it, we should not be surprised. Before succeeding Van Baelsar in Alamigo, Xenos led the Imperial army to Doma, where he crushed the rebellion utterly. As a matter of fact, Doma remains in his charge to this day. Suffice it to say, Varys' heir is a peerless warrior and an accomplished general. The question is, how are we to contend with such a foe?
Why don't we take the fight to Doma? If he's here, we'll go where he's not.
Interesting. You are suggesting we kindle the flames of revolution in Doma once more and force Xenos to fight a war on two fronts?
For that, there would need to be someone left to fight on this front by the time you got back. Look, I'll not deny the plan as promised, and I feel for our brothers and sisters in Doma, truly I do. But I fear we lack the strength to see it through.
Have faith in your people, Master Kemp. Them and the Scions. Hold fast, rebuild, and when all is in place, we shall defeat Xenos together.
If you're going to Doma, I'm coming too. I want to help our friends there, and make sure nothing like this ever happens again.
Give us the time we need, and we will give you something far greater.
Very well. For all you have done for us, we will fight on. But be swift, comrades. Alamigo has suffered enough.
Alright, well, to Doma we go. Goes without saying, but the Scions have not the strength to topple provincial governments here or anywhere else. I am quite certain the same can be said of the Doman Liberation Front. Nevertheless, we can but go and assess the situation ourselves and see what can be done. Lest you doubt what good if we few can accomplish, I'd remind you that my grandfather and his 12 disciples once journeyed to these lands to save Eorzea and her people from certain doom. Brave souls with an impossible task, and Eorzea lives on. Our present mission may not be as monumental in scope, but it is no less important to the multitudes whom we would free from imperial oppression, whom we will free. Indeed. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life, there is cause to hope. Our grandfather believed in that, and so do I. But before we can forge ties with our friends in the Far East, we must first find a way to reach them. Although it is not exactly over a river and through the woods. I'm one step ahead of you, sister, dear sister. Or rather, Tataru is. But before we discuss that, there's another issue I must address. Much as I would like it if we could all make this journey together, someone will need to remain to serve as a liaison to the Alliance and the Resistance during this critical period. Moreover, Y'shtola cannot be left unattended. Then I obviously should remain? Very well. Issue addressed. You know, Alphinaud, it would be much quicker to just ask and markedly less patronizing. Yes, I suppose, would you be willing to look after Y'shtola and provide support to Arvinald and the others? Yes, Alphinaud, I would. You see? That wasn't so hard, was it? Now enjoy your trip, and don't you dare return without a gift. Well, I would not dream of it. Right then. Sister, Fen, Lise, gather your things. We are for Limsa Lamensa. Nice guy. The Limsa Lamensa. And to the lower decks. Alright. Oh, goody. Wait, this is heading towards here. It'll be way faster to go this way. But yeah, good old Limsa. We need to go the other. No, we're good. Sweet. Ah, there they are. Alright, let's do this. Albino, how's it going? Giselle should be here at any moment with our ship's captain. So we're going by sea after all. Is Merlwib lending us our pick of the Crimson Fleet? No, not exactly. You are right, inasmuch as we are traveling by sea. Regrettably, it's not simply not feasible for an airship to travel such a distance without impossibly large fuel reserves, to say nothing of the inevitability of running afoul of the Empire's aerial defenses. But then it is equally infeasible to sail an Eorzean Alliance vessel halfway around the world without the Empire taking notice, which leaves us with only one other option. Ah, speak of the devil. Sorry to keep you waiting. May I present to you Captain Carvelian of the Kraken's Arms. The Kraken's Arms? Don't tell me you made a deal with pirates. What? Greetings and salutations, scions. I take it from your comrade's tone that you no longer wish to proceed with our proposed arrangement. Not at all, Captain. Pray forgive my sister her outburst. She has ever been one to speak her mind. I, on the other hand, am the very soul of discretion, as many well-respected personages would attest, from the offices of the Admiral to the high houses of Ishgard. But where was I? Oh, yes. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn do indeed still wish to employ your services. However, it is important that you are aware of certain extenuating circumstances. And then sign on the dotted line and give me your soul and the intent on securing passage to the Far East. You came to us, knowing us to be the proud purveyors of a said region's finest spices, which you steal from the God-fearing merchants out on the high seas. Whatever privateering the Kraken's Arms may or may not engage in is strictly within the limits of the law, as set forth by our indefatigable... Isn't this pronounced indefatigable? So there's one way I know how to say this word, and then there's another way. So I'm gonna go with the other way. The indefatigable keeper of the peace. The other one is like indefatigable, or something like that. Keeper of the peace. More to the point, we are pragmatists. I see considerable risk in aiding your cause, and negligible profit. Well, I for one think the captain has points. The Five Seas can be extremely treacherous, and many a poor unfortunate soul has come to grief out there on the waves. Why then were we in Ishgard? Why, when we were in Ishgard, I heard of the tragic tale of how the heir to House Dunader vanished at sea. Even now, nearly 20 years later, the poor Count remains convinced that his son still lives, and would pay a sultan's ransom for news of his whereabouts. Well, truly a tragedy for the ages, and a testament to the misfortunes that may befall us should we act without due consideration. But so long as you are prepared to abide the capricious whims of fate, I am willing to oblige you on this once. That said, in light of the recent rebellion, I trust you understand that I cannot deliver you to Doma itself. I can take you only as far as Kugane in Hingashi. We will require time to procure sufficient provisions and make ready for departure. I humbly suggest you do the same. We're all just oblivious. Certainly. All those hours Tatara passed cavorting and capering in the Forgotten Night seem rather better spent, do they not? That said, I had intended to press the point more obliquely. And there was something disconcerting about about the pleasure Tatara took making the Captain Caravelian squirm. I say we should heed the captain's advice and attend to our own preparations while they ready the vessel for departure. Tatara and I will procure the necessary supplies. Alice, I should be grateful if you would use the time to brief Yoriange on recent developments. You may also wish to review the relevant safety procedures in the event of an emergency at sea. How very prudent of you. Very well, I shall go and speak with him. What of Fenelise? I would like two of you to return to Revenant's Toll and speak with our Delman allies. I fear we know too little about their homeland, and any information they can provide would be most welcome. When we have completed our respective tasks, we will reconvene here in the ferry docks. Agreed? Sounds like a plan. Let's go, Fen. Indeed, let's go. We may or may not need to kill everyone. We might have to kill everyone. Who? Everyone. The professional. Well, here we are. We need to speak with lots of people, so I think we should split up. I'll ask around at the House of Splinters. You take the Rising Stones. I'll meet you here after. Got it? Sounds good. What's this? Oh, yes, Red Mage stuff. Yes. Pray tell, return to the Rising Stones. Hey, Kitty. What's up? Greetings, Fen. What brings you to Toll this eve? Well, we're going to Doma. What? You are for Doma? Heavens! You Scions haven't shown us naught but kindness, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine you'd fight for our homeland. For 25 years we suffered under their tyranny, and then we spied an opportunity. The Emperor, dead, Garlemald, in chaos. It seemed the time was ripe. Beneath our Lord's banners we gathered and fought to reclaim our nation. But then Xenos arrived with the 12th Legion. It was all over in an instant. We were there winning the fight 1 second, the next second, well, we were getting our necks stepped on. Huh? What is it, my friend? You look as though you have something to ask. We're going to Doma. Oh, that you go to join Yugiri and Gosetsu, and the fight fills me with such joy. Forgive my exuberance. You require information, yes? We are of the Nage clan. We of the Nage clan have served Doma faithfully for generations. My ancestors held positions within Doma Castle even. Now it is home to the Imperial Viceroy's witch and her host of men and magic. To think that what was once the shining symbol of our heritage and the seat of our dear Lord Kayan, has become a den of Gallian dogs. Indeed. Alright, Homie, what you got? Or Homie? You are truly planning to travel to Doma. I do not know what to say. Forgive me, I shall aid you to the best of my ability. Ours is a beautiful land, nestled on the eastern coast of Arthur, along the banks of the One River. Our nation thrived, proud and free, until the Guardians came, until the Fire Nation attacked, 25 years ago. The river was our lifeblood, free to travel and to fish. The travel was soon restricted, and now the river belongs to none. That's unfortunate. Sublease. Ah, there you are. And anything interesting? The other domins I spoke with each tried to teach me all about Far Eastern customs and the importance of formality and politeness. I'd like to think Eosians can be just as stiff and stuffy as anyone, especially as guardians, but anyway. Did you know they eat with sticks? It wasn't all that hard, actually, or at least that's what I thought until they told me I was holding them wrong. And then, when I spoke with younger domins, they just rolled their eyes and told me it was a load of stupid old, well, I learned about some things. Oh. Wow. What you learned sounds a lot more useful. Unless someone invites us for dinner, of course. I hope they do. Indeed. Right, no point in waiting around here, is there? We should head back to Limsa. Alphino said to meet at the ferry docks, I think. Alright, here's the question. Do I get an ability for this? Not yet. Okay, sounds good. Not without incident. Let us be off then. Back to Red Mage stuff later. Okay, cool. Ah, yes. Right, to the Arcanist Guild. It's like my home away from home. Right, Alphino, what do we got? You returned, Fan. I trust you learned much from our Doman friends in Revenant's Toll. I'm eager to hear all, though that can wait until after we have left port. We will have time enough to talk on our journey to Kugane. Our spice trading friends have completed their preparations. Assuming you have completed yours, you may inform the deckhand that we are ready to depart. I think I have. Alright, you pirate bastard. All set, lad. See the ship if you are. Let's go. Let's board the Misery. Now look, the rule is ask no questions. That's the rule.
12 be praised. Full sure was I that I had come too late.
Urianger! Tell me you haven't come all this way just to see us off.
Nay, my lady. Ere you quit these shores for eastern climes, I wished to share some words of seeming import. Look ye where the sun doth rise. See crimson embers, darkening skies. Look ye where the sun doth fall. See azure lost amidst the squall.
Well, that sounds suitably foreboding. Another one of your prophecies, I presume?
Of far eastern origin, aye. It is mine earnest hope that this ancient wisdom may serve to guide you on your journey. For what dangers lie in wait for you upon those distant shores are yet beyond my knowing.
Oh, a parting gift befitting your roundabout ways. Thank you.
I have more than words for you, my lady.
It's beautiful. Is it for me?
Though undeniably powerful, your ethereal blade taxeth you greatly in the wielding. Not so this rapier, which shall serve you just as well against all but the most formidable foe.
Impressive. It feels as though it's attuned to my ether. I shall treasure it.
Honored guests, say your farewells, for the moment of our parting draws nigh. A fair wind blows, and I mean to follow it.
It would seem our ship is set to sail. Pray give my regards to Thancred and the others. And take care.
Take care. Ranger.
A fine day, is it not? Fair winds and following seas. The Misery is enjoying herself. Nevertheless, it would not do for you to spend the entirety of our voyage above deck. Let me show you to your quarters.
Yeah, they used this in the Limps Limits intro. Yeah, man, it has been a long time since that.
Is it supposed to do that?
Not under normal circumstances.
Captain! You're needed on deck! Something queer's afoot. The winds died down, the waters went still, and all of a sudden, we were dragged off course.
Dragged? By what?
Can't rightly say, sir. But some of the lads are muttering about seeing things in the water. Things that shouldn't be there.
Oh, for the love of... If you will excuse me a moment.
Oh no, what's happening? Are people going to get dragged off into an island and turned into pigs by some sorceress?
Actually, might I persuade you to join me? Loath though I am to admit it, I have a bad feeling about this.
It's time to kill everyone. Stab them till they die. Odd. Most odd. Well, do you have any idea what's going on? No, as the men said, despite the absence of wind and current, the misery is somehow being pulled off course. Well, why not flip up the cerulean engines you have hidden below? An excellent suggestion based on knowledge you should not have. Alas, our engines appear to be malfunctioning for reasons that escape my engineers at present. I'm telling you, Captain, it's them. Things the lads saw. Things. I don't suppose I could convince you to attempt something more descriptive? An adjective, for example? Seawolf superstitions and fairy tales, not more. But if you must know, these things he is so reticent to name are the souls of deceased women, said to lure sailors to their deaths. Preposterous. Indeed. Yes, indeed. If it's neither the sea nor the weather which is responsible, then it's probably a predatory entity of some sort. Perhaps a siren or some such. For all we know, it could be a fellow spice trader employing magics to seize and plunder passing vessels. Regardless, we have but one recourse. We have but one recourse. To let the current take us where it will, and deal with whatever we find there. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. What a thoroughly pragmatic suggestion. Oh, I'm beginning to like you, girl. Once we arrive at our destination, my crew shall remain with the ship to defend it while we venture forth to deal with what causes our troubles. Kill them. Then it is settled. I know not what awaits us, but it will rue the day it reeled us in. I'm going to stab it, and then stomp on its neck, and then stab it again, and then stomp on its head, and then stab it through the eye socket. Damn, Eliza, you're savage, girl. Just stab it again. Nope. And again, and again, and again. Okay, well, if we really want this to take absolutely forever, we can do our red mage. But since we don't, we will instead do Siren Song Z as a Schola. Thankius Maximus is taking his sweet time. It's fine, that's how it goes. Now DPSius Minimus is taking his time. Come on, DPSius. Oh, well. Alright, sounds good. Let's do it. Anytime now. Come on, DPSs. You can do it. Hell yeah. Let's go kill everything. Oh, that's the one where it makes it to where it's an auto crit, right? It's on my hotbar though. Okay, so we have arrived. Cool. I'm gonna slap an X-Cog on him, why not? I don't think I have X-Cog anywhere. I was told that it was a bad idea to use it. I think that archer might be a bot. Oh, they're a returner, never mind. They're not a bot. They just probably haven't played in a long time. I mean, if you're just not gonna dodge stuff, I'll just let you die. If you're not even gonna try, I'll be like, okay, so have fun. It's a ring, right? Let's see. It is actually... It would be better in some ways. I guess I'll... Okay, so at this point we're actually getting better. Well, that's where sea monks come from. Put that here for now. Using darkness. He needs so that one game, I think it was, I forget what it was called, but it had like, yeah, I forget what the game was called. It was Shadow Creatures, maybe? I think that's the wrong one. It has like the villain, the protagonist gets some sort of like shadow powers or something. And the villain wants those powers, so he's just like, I want the darkness. The Grovelier. So I don't need to immediately heal the bard because they will heal. Well, you know, maybe I do need to heal the bard. It's like, oh no. It's a hat, right? Does it actually show up? Nah. Eh. These are slightly better than what I have. anything, if it turns out that I don't need it, I can always... Nope, I need to heal him or he is going to die. Okay. I'm glad that he blocked that. He interrupted that. Alright, boss time. Stylish. It's L'Oreal. Maybe she's born with it. Okay. Sounds good. Sounds like everyone left. So we got all of those at the get all at once. Yep. Sounds good. Two commendations. Not bad.
That appears to be the last of them.
Word from the Misery. Repairs are complete, and we may resume our journey without further delay.
I swear, if I never hear another ghost story, it will be too soon.
I remember the sea, the smell of the salt, and the crash of the waves as we drew closer to Kugana. The only port open to outsiders in Hingashi, across the Ruby Sea from Othard, from Doma. All the colors of the rainbow, all the peoples of the world, all in one place. I wish you could have seen it.
Okay, nice. Congratulations, you now stand in Kugane, the western port of Hingashi. Regrettably, the only port in this nation open to foreign trade. Oh, and I do apologize for the unforeseen difficulties which befell us during our journey. Needless to say, your assistance in overcoming them was much appreciated. Though glad though am I to have arrived, I would remind you that we are far from home, with limited resources at our disposal. Duly noted, brother. Shall I take care not to enjoy myself? In any event, Doma is our final destination, and our first order of business should be to secure passage there. Captain Caravelian, I realize you pledged only to take us as far as Kugane, but I have no desire to change the terms of our agreement. I should, however, be interested to know how you would go about reaching Othard, were you in our position. At the risk of stating the obvious, you are in a port. Surely there is a kind and generous soul here who will aid you for the right price. You cannot be the first travelers seeking passage to Doma. And the captain makes a good point. 'Tis like Yugiri and Gosetsu were forced to come here for the self-same reasons we were. They must have found a way to Othard, assuming they are not still in the city. And we seek passage. Mayhaps we should first seek our friends. Leave it to me, Alvino. Making friendly inquiries is my specialty. Lest you forget, I got plenty of practice in Ishgard. Captain Cavalian, could you direct us to the nearest tavern? Desperate for a drink, are we? You may find one in the large building just beyond the pier. There's a big jumping puzzle there, too. Whether your journeys have come to an end or are just about to begin, The Shiokaze Hostelry is an ideal place to rest, relax, and reflect, or so they say. And with that, my dear scions, I bid you farewell. As soon as we have replenished our supplies, we must away. Ours was ever a fast-moving business. The spice trade, you mean? But of course. Surely you did not think I traveled halfway around the world and delivered you to your destination solely out of the kindness of my own heart? Perish the thought. Thank you, Captain. And may the Navigator watch over and keep you. By the Navigator. Right then, to the hostelry. After you. Let's go. They show up and they're all just like, who the hell are these strange people?
By the 12. I thought Ishgard remarkable, but this... We are certainly not in Eorzea anymore.
A tavern is a tavern, Alphino, here or anywhere else. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's time to do what I do best.
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my lady. The signs of the seventh dawn, I presume. I hope your voyage was not too trying.
And you are?
Ah, yes, of course. Forgive me. Hancock of the East Aldenard Trading Company, at your service. On behalf of Chairman Lolorito, I bid you welcome to Kugani and invite you to take refreshments at our local offices.
Lolorito? I was aware his interests extended beyond the borders of Eorzea, but not so far as Kugani. Regardless, I am disinclined to accept the hospitality of grinning merchants, especially those who serve a master with whom we have such a difficult relationship.
My, such naked suspicion. I do hope that business with the Crystal Braves did not rob you of all faith in your fellow man. Or do you really think the chairman is plotting to drag you into another one of his grand schemes?
Yes.
I beg your pardon? If you are trying to win my trust, you are failing quite spectacularly.
Oh dear, have I offended you? Once again, I must apologize. Too much time in the Far East, you see. One is compelled to talk in circles round everything here, and one finds oneself longing for the invigoratingly candid speech of the Uldan markets. Though I see now that this was neither the time nor the place to indulge said longing.